Ancient siege engines were some of the most powerful weapons in the history of warfare. They were created to break through the toughest walls and fortifications that could stand in the way of an army. Rams, catapults, ballistae, and siege towers not only destroyed physical barriers, but also changed the strategy of war. Without these marvels of engineering, many sieges would have failed, and the course of history might have unfolded differently. In this video, we will take a detailed look at how siege engines worked, the different types that existed, and how they influenced the successes of great armies in ancient times. Rams. The ram is one of the oldest siege weapons. Its construction is simple but highly effective. A ram is a long wooden structure, reinforced with an iron head, which is used to smash gates or walls of a fortress. In ancient times, rams were used to both destroy walls and break through gates, as well as to cause fear among defenders with the sounds of impact. One of the earliest historical examples of using a ram is found in the Siege of Troy, as described in Homer's Iliad. The Greeks used massive rams to break down the city walls, which played a crucial role in the city's destruction. However, rams had their drawbacks. They were not as effective against thick stone walls. For that, more powerful siege machines were required. Catapults. Catapults are weapons used to hurl stones, firebombs, or other heavy projectiles at the enemy. Unlike rams, catapults did not aim to destroy walls directly, but instead to incapacitate defenders inside the fortress and create chaos within the fortified city. A catapult typically used mechanical tension to generate the necessary force to launch projectiles. In ancient Greece and Rome, catapults were widely used in sieges and battles. They were often used to weaken walls and create barriers for defenders. In Rome, catapults were adapted for various types of sieges, which allowed them to be extremely effective. Catapults could hurl stones or other projectiles over long distances and had multiple uses. For example, catapults were used to launch fireballs into cities, creating additional obstacles for the defenders. Siege towers. Siege towers were large wooden structures designed to carry soldiers to the walls of a fortress and allow them to scale defensive barriers. These towers were often equipped with ladders and provided protection from arrows and other projectiles used in defense. Siege towers were usually built to be taller than the walls of the fortress, enabling soldiers to attack from above. One of the most famous examples of using siege towers is the Siege of Alexandria in Egypt, where the Romans used such structures to capture the city. These towers were often protected from fire and arrows with leather or metal sheets, and sometimes covered with straw mats to reduce damage from flames. Siege towers played a vital role in siege tactics, allowing armies to assault walls and other fortifications from close range. Some towers were so tall that they provided panoramic views and became mobile bases for attacks. Ballistae. Ballistae, often referred to as ancient crossbows, were weapons designed to launch enormous arrows or bolts over great distances. Their design resembled massive crossbows and were used in sieges to pierce fortifications or kill defenders from afar. Ballistae differed from catapults in that their main ammunition was large arrows or bolts, which could penetrate even heavy armor. Due to their accuracy, ballistae were especially effective at targeting defenders on the walls, as well as at destroying fortified gates. One of the notable uses of ballistae in history was during the Siege of Carthage in the Punic Wars, where the Romans employed them against the city's defenders. Unlike catapults, ballistae could deliver more precise hits at longer ranges, allowing attackers to minimize casualties. Ballistae became an important part of siege technology and remained in use for a long time due to their versatility and destructive power.